Hi, my name is Shannon Murray, and I teach math at Boise State University. Today, we're going to go over an example of how to create a histogram by first creating a frequency table with intervals, and then using that frequency table to create a histogram. In this example, Farmer Jones records the number of times his rooster crows in a day for 30 days. He records his data and has asked us to create a histogram. The first thing that we need to decide is how many intervals are we going to have on our histogram. Don't forget that we usually aim for between 4 and 10 intervals. Since I'm going to do this by hand, let's use 5 intervals. If I'm going to use 5 intervals, then I need to figure out what my interval width is going to be. To do this, I'm going to take the largest number, which is 36, and I am going to subtract the smallest number, which is 3, and divide that by 5. 36 minus 3 is 33, and 33 divided by 5 is 6.6. We're going to round this up to 7. Kind of our rule of thumb, we wouldn't have to round this up to 7. We could have an interval width that had a decimal place value. But my rule of thumb is if the data is given to me in whole numbers, my interval is given in whole numbers. So my interval width has the same number of decimal places as my data. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start constructing this frequency table. So I have my intervals on one side and the frequency on the other side. Okay, now contrary to your intuition probably, we're going to start with just right below our lowest number. So we're going to start with 2. Now we're not going to add 7 to get our number over here. We're going to add 7 to get our next number here. So 2 plus 7 is 9. So I construct all of the first numbers for my intervals using that interval width. All right, 9 plus 7 is 16. 16 plus 7 is 23. 23 plus 7 is 30. Now we want our last number in our interval to be up to, but not including the next number that starts our next interval. So this is going to be from 2 to 8. This is going to be from 9 to 15. This will be from 16 to 22. This will be from 23 to 29 and 30 to 36. Now we just need to go through and count how many numbers are between 2 and 8. And I cross them off as I go, and I count them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's look how many numbers are between 9 and 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll count the numbers between 16 and 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The numbers between 23 and 29. 1, 2, and between 30 and 36, we have 2. Now I always quickly just count these up again just to make sure that I have all of my data points covered. So 5 plus 13 is 18, plus another 8 is 26, 28, 30. Good, we've gotten them all. From here, we're going to start constructing our histogram. So I'm going to draw in a set of axes, and I like to label these axes. So this is going to be, my x-axis is always the data. This is the number of rooster crows per day. And then this is the frequency. Now normally we would write this sideways maybe, but since I am using a digital pen, that is actually pretty difficult for me to do. So I am just going to write the word frequency out here. Okay, my biggest frequency is 13, so I'm going to try to get in 13 check marks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, my line's got to go up just a little bit more here. Okay, now I don't have to label all of these. I'm just going to kind of maybe label by 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just so I have some bearing for where I am. Now the x-axis is also going to get some tick marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now our x-axis gets labeled with these numbers right here. Okay, so our first number is going to be 2, then 9, 16, 23, 30. Now I have to go one more than what I actually have labeled there. My next one would be 37. Okay, so between 2 and 9, we had 5 days where there was between 2 and 9 rooster crows. And a lot of times we kind of scribble in here just a little bit when we're drawing these by hand. Okay, between 9 and 15, we had 13. That was our highest. So 13 days where there was between 9 and 15 crows. Between 16 and 22, we had 8. Between 23 and 29, there was 2. And 2 between 30 and 36. Okay, that is how you create a histogram, by first considering how many intervals you want, creating those intervals, and then turning that frequency table into a histogram.